I'm live. Grateful Day. Welcome to the 84th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Janae Hudson, the Uplifter. Yes, I empower professional entrepreneurs who feel disqualified to overcome toxic environments and self-doubt, to take decisive action, lead boldly in identity, and persevere, all anchored in faith. Before we dive into today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, Faith Forward Fearlessly Podcast by Janae Hudson, where you can watch, like, again, subscribe, and even share all the amazing podcasts that I've done thus far, and it would be most appreciative. All right. By the way, that's going to be in the bio as well as it'll be in the caption of this actual episode. Today's shirt, all right, it says, miracles cost extra. Yes, so this shirt is a reminder that despite all the storms and or challenges that come my way, I had to choose me and realize that I am the priceless miracle throughout my entire journey. All right. So I know that we go through so many different challenges and things like that, but just remember, no matter what you're going through, that you too are that miracle, and we simply just cost more. All right? Keep that in mind. All right, this is a perfect transition into today's topic called to Create Change, Becoming a Purposeful Entrepreneur. Yes, love that title. So first, allow me to share just some eye-opening statistics like I like to do. The first one is, according to Forbes 2024, more than 66% of entrepreneurs say that they've actually experienced burnout or loneliness in their business journeys, you guys, especially those building like purpose-driven brands. Also, according to LinkedIn's Purpose at Work report, 73% of purpose-driven entrepreneurs say that their business success is just directly tied to their personal healing and their faith-led mindset. Can you believe that? That's from LinkedIn also, by the way. And then lastly, based on the Hootsuite Digital Trends Report of 2025, social media algorithms, you guys, have made it 40% harder for like new entrepreneurs with under 1,000 followers to grow, like, you know, with that visibility that we need without paid ads, you guys. This shift has forced entrepreneurs to get more creative and collaborative. I, for one, was one of those, just so you know. So these numbers, you guys, tell us one thing, and that's that we're not alone in this struggle, and purpose has to be paired with strategy and soul care in order for us to just pretty much keep functioning in a positive manner, right? So this episode isn't about theory, not at all. It's about truth. And because I've been in like many storms, unfortunately, as many of you have also been, I'm sure. This is going to be a phenomenal episode for you guys to listen to and watch and share. So I've walked through weeks, you guys. I mean, even in the past few weeks, honestly, where everything felt like it was just falling apart. Oh my goodness. I cannot even make this up, you guys. So from feeling blocked on Instagram live, by the way, which is why I was on Facebook last week, just so you know, because I didn't have enough followers to losing access to photos, you guys, professional photos that I need as an entrepreneur or just in life altogether with all that I'm trying to do. I was actually promised those photos, but didn't get them, unfortunately. And man, I actually even needed it coming up in the next couple of weeks with something amazing that's taking place that I'll be in New York to do, but no photos. So I had to think outside of the box, to actually even questioning if I even had the energy that came up in my mind to keep showing up for myself, if nobody else, you guys. So if you're going through some storms, know that you are not alone, first and foremost, all right? But you know what? Here's what I learned through the chaos that I've been going through, and it seems to keep coming here and there, right? Is that you can be called and still feel crushed, chosen and still feel challenged, but that doesn't cancel your actual purpose. And I had to sit with myself and tell myself that same thing. Like, Janae, that doesn't stop your purpose. Just go around it, get through it, over it, whatever you got to do, and get it done. So that's what I've been doing. So being a purposeful entrepreneur, or even in your 9 to 5, this means showing up with intention, faith, and resilience, not perfection. Know that, all right? So if you've ever felt like the uplifter who secretly needs uplifting sometimes, or if you just feel like you've been pushing through on empty, this episode is so for you, all right? You do not have to do it alone. I keep telling y'all that, okay? So with all that said, let's get started with these amazing 3 gifts that I'm giving you today. So for the first gift number 1, that's titled, Your Storm Doesn't Disqualify You. It prepares you for purpose. So what do I mean by that? Well, we live in a world today that celebrates highlight reels, but real growth often just happens in the storm, you guys. Again, I have been through it and still seem to go through it. So I know this all too well, unfortunately, But when I could have went live on Instagram, even when I couldn't do it due to a lack of followers at the time and their new follower restrictions on Instagram, I felt invisible, you guys. And then when I didn't receive those actual pictures that I told you about, those professional photos, man, that were promised to me also, I felt forgotten about, honestly. But guess what? God used those moments, you guys, to remind me that my actual visibility is not dependent on validation from a platform of no sort. It's rooted in actual purpose, and it's rooted in my purpose. So, He's still calling me to show up, you guys. So that is exactly what I intend to do. So, of course, with this particular matter, I do want to give you some actionable steps to assist you so that hopefully if you're in the same place, that you can take on these steps and move forward as well. So first, if you're navigating a storm right now, okay, take inventory of what is it trying to teach you? That's what you want to ask yourself. Not just what it's taking from you, but what are you learning from it, right? And then start that storm by journaling it. Just put it down as to what you went through, okay? And then ask yourself, what does this actual situation reveal about me, just in general? And what does God, you guys, want to like strengthen within me, right? So I did all of these things because, man, I was just going through it. So I was in some deep prayer, okay? Because that's just what I do when I'm in these type of situations. I'm always in prayer because prayer works. Let me tell you, first and foremost. You can also use some apps called the Day One Journal, or another app is called Promptly Guided Journals, and that helps you to reflect, and it's all about reflection. So those are very helpful. Also, you can create your own like Faith in the Storm playlist, you guys. I have one of those for sure, and I've mentioned this before, but it's so important to have this playlist of different songs that simply just speak life into your dry places and spaces, you guys. Such as like you could have one for worship, one gospel, or even just affirmations. But you're going to be listening to those things, and they are so very helpful, you guys, to just keep you going. And if negativity's come up against you, put that on, and it gives you a whole nother mindset, you guys, and it puts you back to where you should be, which is in a positive state. All right. Lastly, if you're in a business, use tools like Restream or StreamYard, you guys, to bypass that social media limits that I actually just had to experience, unfortunately. And then that way you can go live anyway, right? By utilizing those particular platforms. Because you know what? Purpose will always make a way. Know that? Where platforms try to put a wall up. So stick with your purpose and what you got to get done, and you don't even have to worry about those walls once you have those things in place. All right. Okay. Gift number 2. Gift number 2 is titled, You Don't Have to Do It Alone. You know, I always tell you that, right? Build your uplift circle, you guys. I definitely have one already. All right. And I'm always, honestly, sometimes I have to renew it, but that's okay. Because, you know, as entrepreneurs, or just even in your 9 to 5, or just along your journey in life, you're often like seen as self-starters, right? But let's be honest. Let's be real honest. We're also self-sacrificers, you guys. We do that big time. So listen, last week for me, I found myself saying, I need to be uplifted even when I am the uplifter, you guys. That's not a weakness. That's wisdom. Big time. So the strongest leaders, is what I've found, know when to like lean into community or other like close friends that you can trust, who want to see you do well. And I did just that, you guys. Try it out. It works big time. So here are some actionable steps as well, to assist you in this area. So first, it's time to build that, what I would call your uplift circle, a mix of like 3 types of people, you guys, okay? Your peer supporters, faith accountability partners, and a strategy collaborator. And you can have more than one of those. And you can have more than 3 people if you want as well, because I do have like at least a handful for sure in my corner. Use the platforms like Lunch Club. Another one is called Hello Sevens Club, or there's one called Faith-Based Facebook groups, you guys, and you can go to those to build that actual support system if you don't have anybody, you know, to have in your like uplift circle. All right. You don't need like a big, huge crowd, just a few aligned. That's the key word, aligned connections who will pray with you, plan with you, and just help to like kind of pull you back into like that purpose mindset when you've kind of drifted off, you guys. So very helpful. Again, I already have mine and I'm so grateful for them. Another one is to use tools like Marco Polo or Voxer, or even like Zoom co-working rooms. If you've got like a huge business or it's more than just you, this is going to help you to like stay connected through your actual week by using these platforms. So you can set up like a monthly faith and focus. You see how I have these creative words and like of what to call the things. So faith and focus check-in. That's what you can set up with like a person you trust, where you actually check in on the vision, the mindset, and the spiritual alignment to see you through your days and just life, you guys. A lot of us have kids, or again, we have more than one business, or it might even be a relationship, but this is something you need to get through. And it's going to be very helpful to help you get through those things. All right. Okay. So last but not least is gift number 3. And that is called faith is a strategy, not a spare tire. All right. Don't you love that? It's so catchy, right? All right. So honestly, you guys, saying that you have faith is one thing. Honestly, that's actually even half the battle. But living it out, you guys, in the face of like delay, denial, and or sometimes disappointment, that's the next level. Keep that in mind. You know, faith to me, it's not just about, it's not just something I recite. It's something that I have to mean, you guys, if I want to persevere. If I want to keep going, I have to keep the faith. And let me just say this. I don't even really have to. I get to, love to, and want to keep the faith because that's what's been keeping me going. I'm just going to keep it real with you. So you can't just say, yep, I got the faith. And then you think to yourself, okay, but God, can you really do it? God is not going to be happy about that. Let me tell you, I've been there. So I don't do that no more. I'm like, I keep the faith, and if that's what it is, and I've given it over to the Lord, then I know that He's got me, and He always does. Know that? All right. So, of course, here are 2 actionable steps to also help you with this. First, you can use tools like version Bible plans for like entrepreneurs, you guys. That's a really good helpful guide. All right. Or you can create your own like faith tracker and like a Google sheet or printable. You use that as well. But you're going to want to include categories like what tested me this week. Yep. I said it because I felt like I was tested even the whole month of the last month that we were just in. We're in August now. So July, I felt like I was tested that whole month, you guys. Let me tell you. So you can call it that. But what you're going to want to do is also have another one possibly called like, or you're going to ask the question, what strengthened me? All right. And then the third one is you're going to want to state on there is what stretched me versus stressed you. These things, when you go back and look at these things, are going to be so very helpful, you guys. You can also use a book called Believe Bigger. That's a good book to help. It's by Marshawn Evans Daniels. Or you can go with The Purpose Path by Nicholas Pierce, you guys. They're great companions. Just to simply help like keep your calling aligned, which we do want that, right? When fear tries to just hijack your journey or whatever path you're on, these are very helpful resources to go to. All right. Well, that concludes the 3 amazing gifts for today and for this episode. But remember, you're not building a brand, you guys. You're birthing like a movement of what you're trying to do to excel yourself in life altogether, right? And know this, there are movements that are like born out of moments, you guys. Like storm rages that come on when the plan fails. You think you have everything in place, and then something else comes about. So when the photos don't come through, like what happened with me, and when faith is all that you have left, stick with it. Let me tell you, stick with it. As a matter of fact, start with it. Start with faith. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong by starting with faith. All right. So know this also, you are so created to create change. I know I am, and so are you. You are not too small. It is not too late, and you are not unqualified. All right. You are right on time, you guys. You have a purpose all on your own, just like I have my own, and it is waiting for you out there. So just get to it and make it happen. All right. Listen, your story and your storm has a serious purpose to help others and to help yourself. So you just got to know this and just get to it because you're worthy to do so. All right. Now listen, also, there's a platform, you guys. You might feel like it's limited when you're like on your different platforms and things like that. But think about the impact that you're going to have by just simply doing things for yourself and making it happen anyways. Don't give up. I could have given up, man. You guys, I'm going to keep it real with you. I did have that moment during last month where I was like, you know what? Maybe this just is not it. I don't know. Maybe I should just quit. I'm not a quitter first and foremost, but the thought did come in my mind because I am human, you guys. The tears came down, all kinds of things. But just know that you are unstoppable. And I know I am too. So keep that in mind and keep going. Don't give up. You've come way too far. And that's what I had to tell myself as well. All right. Okay. So lastly, with this podcast today, you guys, we are a part of National Wellness Month this August, since we just started August 1st. So I want you to remember this, if you don't remember anything else, with this Wellness Month. Wellness isn't selfish. It's strategic, you guys. You can't pour from like an empty vessel. So give yourself permission to pause, to rest, to heal, and to be poured back into yourself. All right? Just be poured back into. That's all you need. It's going to be so refreshing. All right? So whether it's mental clarity, spiritual renewal, or physical restoration, your wellness is part of your witness, you guys. All right? So this month, don't work on just like your business or work, in your actual 9 to 5, just to be doing so with no type of like reason or purpose of what you're trying to accomplish. Don't do it just to be doing it. Okay. Work with your wholeness all together. All right. Thank you. Please continue to follow and share for more ongoing and inspiring content of this podcast. As always, you know that I so appreciate you jumping on, watching me, sharing, and all of those things. But just being on even today at the 84th episode, you guys, of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with Janae Hudson, the Uplifter. I am so appreciative of you guys, big time. So keep the faith. And until next time, have many blessed days and a prosperous journey on purpose. Later.